Bruny, thanks so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
I'm just going to go on the record here and say that you look like you can get on the track and still kick some serious butt.
It's just the look. It's just the look, man.
I'm sure it's not. You still train? Look, you look fantastic.
I train a little bit. You know, I start to do swimming, and when I go to the gym, I do elliptical, and but everything with has impact on my knee. I stay away from that because my cartilage, after that 18 years of track and everything, damaged it a little bit.
It's taking the beat.
It's taking the beat. So I'd be careful. Yeah.
But you still look good because
thank you.
The other day I went to the gym with my wife and I did 20 minutes of cardio.
Oh, okay,
and
nice.
I thought I'd die. Yeah. Like that was my training. And
but you have to keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually people's pre-training. and for me it was my complete training. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The idea, obviously, behind this podcast is to bring people that either I had the pleasure of working with or people that I would have loved to have worked with because of their contribution to society. And we had a few events that we ran into each other, and that's why I thought about you. Yeah. And because you're doing amazing things that we're going to talk about, I thought you'd be an interesting person to bring value to the people that are listening to the podcast.
Thanks.
I don't think there's anyone in Quebec that doesn't know who Bruny Surin is, honestly. But you know, we're gonna do a little bit of a backtrack, get to know you a little bit better, what you're working on right now, and again, I just want to appreciate the time that you take.
Pleasure.
So. You're not from Quebec, obviously. You were born in Haiti.
Haiti, yep.
You came here at a very young age.
Yep, I came here at 7 years old. My parents came 1 year before us. We were 3 kids at that time back in Haiti. They started working here in Quebec and everything, and a year after, only my dad came back to Haiti to bring us to Quebec. Yeah, it's a great memories.
How was that whole experience for you?
It was I could say a little bit scary, I could say, because I came in an environment that I didn't know about. Actually, when my dad came to Haiti, he brought us some winter jackets, and I was like,
What is this for?
What do you want me to do with that and everything? And I started to learn a little bit about the country, about the province and everything, and we made it. And I came in winter time. January 7th.
That's so bad.
That's so bad. And to tell you the truth, till today, I hate winter. Yeah. I don't like winter. I'm a summer guy. But we have a great country, great city. Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah. You're not alone. I can't stand. Like November comes, and I think I, like many people here, go into depression until now, around March, April. Yeah. Then I get happy again.
But you know what I do? I have, and now even today, I still have an opportunity to go away. I mean, just recently I was in Barbados for 8 days.
You make sure you book those between November and March.
Exactly. So it's great. It's great.
Oh, it's funny. But coming to Quebec, I mean. When you look back, is this something that you and your family always dreamed about? Is it something that you thought, look, we need to get out of Haiti? Or what was the idea behind leaving and coming here? I'm always interested, and I meet a lot of people that have immigrated here, and my parents are immigrants, so it's always interesting to me to see the story.
I guess talking to my parents, it was just an opportunity to have a potential a better life. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, we're not going to hide that there's more opportunity here. I was too young to understand all the thing and everything. My job at the time was like, okay, go to school, learn your lesson, because if you don't learn your lesson, you're gonna pay the price at school. I don't know if it's still like that though. I would be interested to see if it's still like that.
I don't know if you're paying the price at school more like you're paying the price at home.
Yeah.
That was
both.
That was my environment a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was talking with some friends and we were looking back at how strict our parents were. And very well intentioned but strict.
Yeah.
We were thinking, before becoming parents, we thought in the back of our minds, I'm going to be tough on my kids. I'm going to be the boss. And we all, without exception, all of us realized how much our kids are stepping all over us.
Yeah. They are taking over. I said that to my kids, my two daughters, all the time. I mean, the way my parents was tough on me and everything.
Yeah.
But of course, that it was a different era and everything.
Different mentality.
Today they are spoiled. They are very spoiled.
And I don't know if I feel bad about it. I don't know if it's bad. I don't really feel bad about it. I don't know, maybe because they're still too young, and I don't know. Your daughters are older, so I have a lot of advice to ask you, because I also have daughters. But it doesn't really bother me. Honestly, I don't care. I like it.
As long as they are we say they are recognized, like the opportunity they have and everything, and they see that they are very, very, very fortunate. Yeah. And at the same time that I spoil them a lot also, but I always tell them to keep in mind that one day you have to help others and
give back.
You have to give back. You have to give back.
See, you, it's different because you came here as an immigrant, so you built everything that you have. Yeah. In my case, I was born here. I didn't. Obviously, my parents, didn't have anything to give us. So to some extent, I mean, I had to work hard also. But it's a different situation where you built everything, and you understand what it takes, right? The sacrifice and the hard work involved. Whereas in my case, I just grew up here. I was born here, and I'm just looking at my kids grow up now. So.
I understand. But you have the thing. So I don't want to say that the danger, but sometimes when you are in this environment, I don't want to say that it's easy. Okay, well, yes, it's easier that if I was in Haiti. I'm not gonna hide that. But it's like sometimes you say, well, here you have all this great opportunity. Matter of fact, I remember the first thing my mom told me, because when I came to Quebec, I haven't seen her for a year, and one of the first things that she told me, I said, okay, well, listen, Bruny, here you have all the opportunity in your hand. I mean, you have to work very hard. You can achieve whatever you want and your potential and everything. And don't forget something. In life, there's no shortcut. Meaning, whatever you're gonna do, whatever you dream, your goal, don't cheat. I was at 7 years old, so I was raised with that attitude. Okay, well, here I can succeed. I have all this opportunity, so I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go after it because if you don't go after it, the talent, the opportunity is there, but you're just letting pass by you. So that's why one of my goals today as a speaker, that's what I said to kids, even kids who are born here or kids who are immigrant and everything. Guys, there's a lot of opportunity here. No excuses. I don't take excuse for nothing. I mean, sometimes people are going to say, okay, young kids are going to say, well, I cannot succeed because I'm an immigrant or I'm black or I'm this, I'm not.
You've been through that.
I've been through that.
So you're proof that it can work, basically.
You have to work your butt off. I mean, I don't accept to hear that.
The negativity.
I mean, the negativity. I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
Do you have you been back to Haiti?
I haven't gone back yet. I mean, there was a couple of times there was an opportunity, and there was still, because I have people, sometimes friends, close friends, said, okay, well, wait a little bit. Yeah. And sometimes the 50 or the percent of my friends were like, okay, well, you can go, but be careful. And at the same time, you don't know when something like political going to happen. Or anything. Yeah. So I'm in the mindset of like 50%. I'm going to go. The other 50%, I hesitate. Just recently, again, I had friends who were there, and they were stuck.
Yeah, because of the whole airport situation.
The whole airport situation and everything. And people were telling me, well, you see, if you have gone, that would be you. I'm like, okay, well,
Knowing you, though, you would have taken the positive approach, and you just would have hung out on the beach. Airport's
couple
closed.
of days more to enjoy.
But it's unfortunate, though. It just seems that they're on this streak of unlucky events happening, and I have a lot of friends, obviously, that are Haitian, and I asked them a little bit, and a lot of them still have family, and they've been through a lot, especially the last 10 years with the earthquakes and the whole political situation.
It's event after event after event after event.
But I'll tell you one thing, because I've had the privilege of working very closely with Haitians and the Haitian community. They are extremely hardworking and resilient people, and these things. it can never put them down. That's at least what I've understood from the Haitian people.
That's you are right. And one image I remember back when they had a big earthquake. I mean, we all saw that on CNN and everything. And when you see like there was a kid trapped for I think almost 2 days and everything. And finally they find the kid and everything, and it was okay. Well, and moments after that, he was like, "Okay, I'm alive," and a big smile.
Big smile. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They have an outlook on life that is in general very positive. Very let's party, let's that. Like they're very happy-minded individuals.
Yeah, very happy, and I inherit that from my parents. I mean, just recently, a guy at my complex where I live said, "Mr. Surin, it's like it's good to see you. You're always happy." I'm like, "Well, life is good. Life is good. Even when sometimes, I mean, we had bad days or everything. I always 100% look at on the bright side.
You have no choice.
You have no choice.
Because then it's like a spiral, right? It's like this spiral that just keeps going and it's going the wrong way.
The wrong way. I mean, look at what's around us. Every day there's bad news and everything. So if you're going to focus and keep your mindset on that, all this negativity, or it's going bad at work and at home and the environment, I mean, you're never going to be happy. You know, you have to shift your mindset.
For sure.
Yeah.
Were you from a young boy? Were you thinking about athletics? Were you active? Was it part of your reality to become an athlete?
Back in Haiti?
Yeah.
Back in Haiti, no. Back in Haiti, the only thing I can remember is like go to school, do your homework, and every day after I finished my studies and everything, I was playing football, soccer. Yeah. Every day, and that's all I remember, just for fun, you know. But I never thought back then that one day I would do track, because anyway there was no track. The only thing we had as sport back then was soccer. Everyone was playing soccer, and it's only when I came to Canada and high school that I learned about like other sports and everything. But it was I started track actually late, compared to my other competitors.
How old were you when you started, or when you picked up interest?
I started a little bit interest at almost 18 years old, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, that is a bit late.
Yeah, when I was looking at the Olympic Games back in 1984. Actually, yes, 17 years old. And after that, I saw a guy, an athlete actually, who won 4 gold medals, Carl Lewis, and he became suddenly my idol, and I wanted to be like him. And from that moment, I started track and field. And when I said to people that, because I always did sport, right? And I said to people, okay, well, people say that I have talent. A coach who was trying to recruit me for like 5 years before that, said that I have the talent. I'm ready to put on the work. I said, one day I want to be an Olympian. And one day I want to be like Carl. I want to be as fast as Carl. And why not faster? Oh my God. Everybody was laughing at me.
Well, yeah, because he was such an icon, Carl Lewis.
He was an icon. He's like, oh, well, Bruny, come on. How are you going to one day run faster than me? You're crazy, man. You know? And I was like, people were saying that it's impossible. And with the mindset I had, remember, 7 years old, what my mom told me. My mom told me, well, if I work hard, push, you can do it. I said, well, I'm going to do it. So, and actually, 15 years later, at the age of 32 years old, the ultimate goal, I achieved it. 984 and the 100 meters.
Yeah.
And when I realized that, because at first when I saw 984, I mean, I finished second. And at that time, it was the second fastest of all time in the 100 meters. I didn't realize, because I was like, okay, just finished competing and everything. It's only after that, because all the medalists were getting tested for doping and everything, and I was waiting for my turn to go do the test and everything, and my wife was just beside me, and suddenly I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I run 984. And she was like, okay, yeah, well, you ran that like 2 hours ago. What's wrong with you, you know? And I was like, and I have all this image. It was like a movie. I mean, it's crazy. I saw myself like at 17 years old, looking at the Olympic Games on TV and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going. I want to participate at the Olympic Games. People were laughing at me. A lot of people sometimes didn't give me a chance. People were laughing and everything, and the film finished by the first coach who recruited me, Daniel Saint-Hilaire, who told me a quote. And I'm still using that quote today at 51 years old. The quote is, the me I see is the me I'll be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God. 32 years old. When I realized that, my body just started shaking, just like this. I'm like, oh my God. You was right. You was right.
Yeah.
And that's the same quote I'm using today on my daily life. I have big goals.
It's incredible to see how and we spoke about this before going on air. I had your good friend Nick Macrozanaris on the podcast, and he said a very similar story. He just woke up one day, he was inspired by Donovan Bailey and said, look, I want to be that.
It's unfortunate it wasn't me, but it's okay.
We'll send him the message.
Yeah. I'll text him after that.
Because I always thought that him and even you, you had picked up this interest from a young age, and you were developing yourself to become this athlete, and then the Olympics happened, and then history took its place. But I was shocked to find out that he and yourself as well. You look at this sports icon, you get inspired, and then 4 years later, you're at the Olympics.
Yeah,
that must be like an unbelievable feeling.
It's crazy, because you know what? It took me, the first time I saw my idol, I was at the World Championship and actually in Greece. No, actually that was in Rome, Italy, and I saw Caldo was just beside me, and I'm like, oh my God. This is the guy I saw on TV. This is the guy who inspired me and everything. And I wasn't even focused on my competition. I was just looking at him and everything. And at some point, he saw that I was looking at him. And he just gave me like a, hey, what's up? Yeah. Meaning, okay, well, what's up? Hi. But now focus on your thing, But it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, when you see that, I mean, today I'm a lot of time I'm thinking about the past and everything, the way I had my career, the ups and downs and everything. It's crazy. And that's what I said to people. When you have a dream, can be like anything, just go after it. Yeah. Because sometimes I sit back and I'm like, if I didn't go for it today, I would be like, oh my God.
What if? Yeah.
What if? Yeah. What if I tried? Yeah. What if, I have different businesses. What if I was too scared to go after it? Yeah. Today, I would have regrets.
For sure.
And I don't want to have regrets.
What were the challenges because, your career spans for a very long time. A 4-time Olympian in track and field. I don't know how regular that is. I certainly haven't seen many athletes achieve that. What are the challenges of having and building that kind of successful career in track?
The challenge is like to always to stay that inspiration there, like the drive. What I used to do is I used to write a lot. My ultimate goal is this, and this year this is what I want to do. My goals and everything.
You visualize
and the visualization and everything, and also that my challenges also in training, because to get to the competition you need the training, and sometimes the training can be boring. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the training is boring, and before you go to training, you're gonna suffer, and after that you can have cramps and everything. You're gonna sleep bad. You can sleep and have cramps and everything. It's not fun. But at the same time, you're like, okay, you have to put on the work in order to achieve that performance. If you don't do the work, you're not gonna go there. So it's a choice.
Yeah.
And I made the decision to do it. And I suffer like a lot in training. I kept all my training log, and if I look at it today, last time I look at it, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was doing that. I was crazy. But how bad do you want it?
Mm-hmm.
How bad do you want it? I mean, sometimes today I see. I don't want to knock on people's head and everything. Sometimes I see like people want to start business. I mean, young entrepreneurs and everything, and they want. But do you put on the work?
Or with the first sign of failure, they give up.
They give up.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go like that. If I tell you the many, I don't like to use the word failure and everything, like bad performance and everything. I could tell you till tomorrow, before the Olympic medal.
Oh, the amount of failures you had, or the obstacles that you had to.
Oh yes, there was a lot.
But see, this. It comes down to this, and very often, because I see a lot of youngsters too. Of course, I was in another sphere, right? I was in politics. They had a problem understanding that failure is just part of the process.
Yeah.
So you just have to turn the page.
Yeah.
The quicker you turn the page,
Yeah.
And you keep progressing, well, you're going to achieve whatever you have to achieve.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I try to think back when I was young. Obviously, I can't remember, but it just seems that there's a lot of youngsters that get discouraged.
They get discouraged. They anticipate the worst. What if I invest so much time in this project and it doesn't work?
Or it's the opposite. They see everything now on social media and they think that it's easy.
Easy. Yeah, it's easy. It's gonna take. It's gonna be like that.
Well, 20-year-old billionaires.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna start this business, and the first year we're gonna make millions, and it's gonna be easy. It's not like that. That's not the reality. Yeah. You read some what's it? Fairy tale.
Yeah, fairy
stories
tale.
and
Fairy
everything.
tale story.
But that's happened once in a blue moon. But don't have this attitude that everything is easy. Matter of fact, today my post was, if you haven't failed, you haven't succeeded.
For sure. Well, I believe that.
So if you think that, okay, well, I'm going to do this, it's going to be like that, you have the wrong state of mind.
I asked Nick the question. I'm referring to Nick because you guys raced together.
Yeah.
And while I was, doing some research to prepare, in the back of my mind, I always thought that amateur sport in Canada was almost the funding was almost inexistent. And in the back of the image that I had, and probably because you look at the American teams and they have such huge delegations and they always have, relatively good success in the Olympic Games, I always thought that was related to funding. And when I was looking into while preparing for Nick, I realized that it's the opposite. The U.S. practically doesn't fund at all amateur sport, and Canada does. No. But why don't we have more amateur athletes then?
Sometimes, sometimes it's the attitude. I don't want to say it's only that, but one of the things that I saw and I realized, sometimes it's the attitude. You have some people who's going to the World Championship or Olympic, whatever. They have the team uniform. Let's say you represent Canada and everything. Okay, you made the team. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
But sometimes the attitude is like, okay, well, I made the team. I represent Canada. Great, that's it. Your job, you didn't do the job yet.
Yeah.
There's another step. I mean, when you go there, it's like a war. I mean, the guys, you want to be there. You want to be at your top. You want in training. You want. It's not just to make the team. That's, to me, it's not enough. Mm-hmm. You have to go there. We have talent here, but sometimes it's the mental aspect. We need more.
Yeah.
I remember I used to push the younger generation all the time. Push.
Again, Nick had brought up an interesting point, and he said that in the U.S., track and field is just so present in the university campuses and in the schools that it's only natural to assume that they're going to transition, to the national teams or to compete internationally. Yeah. Whereas we don't have that here.
We don't have that. We don't have that. But I mean, again, what I was saying before, that's not supposed to be an excuse.
No, exactly.
We didn't have that. I don't want to compare everything in my era. I mean, excuses like, okay, well, Bruny Surin want to go at the Olympics. He want to win medal. He has no money. Mm-hmm. The environment here in Quebec, in the winter time, we have 3 months, 4 months. He cannot train. He cannot do 100 meters straight. So he has a disadvantage, because of that, he's not going to succeed compared to the US, compared to this. So he's going to do his little thing. No, I want to be the best. I want to be better than them. So what I'm going to do? Well, there's a problem. I don't have money. I went on knock on doors.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Sir, the guy beside my house, the convenience store. Hey, Michel, well, I want to go to the Olympics. Well, can you help? Oh, my Bruny, it's tough, business stuff. I would like to, but I can't. Went to see another one. No. We keep going. No. Finally, I got the first entrepreneur. He owned a restaurant. And I did my sales pitch, and he gave me $500. Okay, I went to buy my first pair of shoes and everything. I went to knock on door and everything. Yeah. So I said to myself, where are the best competition to compete? In Europe, okay, what I'm waiting for. So at that time, I started to make the team. I was getting $450 per month with Sport Canada. With the small amount of money that I had, I put it in my career. I went to Italy, live by myself. I had my first agent there and everything. I didn't speak one word of Italian. Man, that was tough.
Yeah.
When I was sleeping at night, no friends to talk, like no really money, struggling. Man, I was crying. And I said to myself, man, I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give up. But I could have said easily, well, I have no money. The American have this. The European have that. I'm not going to succeed. I stop.
Yeah.
Why stop? How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
I want it so bad. So I made the sacrifice. So to me, that's what I said. There's no excuse. It's not because that the American has more that we're going to let the American wins and everything. To me, that's an excuse.
Well, you've definitely set an example, right? I mean, you've set a precedent, and I'm sure that there's a lot of Canadian athletes that have looked up to you, and they got inspired by what you've done, because you have a very successful track record as an athlete, right? I mean, a 4-time Olympian. Just the fact, because the way that I was raised, the fact that you participate in the Olympics is just enormous as such, right?
Yep.
Of course, if you win a medal, then you're with a god kind of thing. If we look back at the ancient Greeks, but 4-time Olympian already, that is an enormous success. 1 Olympic gold, many world championships. You're in the Canadian and the Quebec Hall of Fame. So when you started doing this, when you started practicing as an athlete and training, did you realize then that, okay, I need to go to the top. I need to be an Olympic medalist. Was that starting to establish a little bit in your mind?
Yeah, when I started to have that, it's when I saw Carl Lewis actually at the Olympic at 17 years old, and to me it was like, okay, I started to think about that. And when I had my first coach, finally after 5 years, he was trying to recruit me, so I finally went to him. So he taught me everything about the mindset, about how to prepare your brain to believe that, and the me I see is the me I'll be. To tell you the truth, at first I thought that my first coach was crazy. I said, what is this guy talking about? Oh, you have to believe, you can make your brain believe and everything, and I started to do it. I started to visualize. I started to see myself like running those times. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's more you practice it. You have your physical effort also. And after that, you know what? You build your confidence.
See, because it's easy to train, right? It's easy to train hard and to become strong and to race fast, but it's so difficult to get your mind right.
It's there. You know what? One example I'd like to give you auditors. I have 2 daughters, and now my oldest one, she stopped tennis. She went to the States. She has full scholarship at Penn State and everything. Now she has a job and everything. She's very happy with that. But when she was competing, and I was teaching her also about the mental aspect. And the same person, psychologist, was working with me. He went to work with her. She didn't believe it at first and everything. And I remember we were at one tournament. She was on the national team. And then she was going to, the next day, she was going to see against who she was going to play. So when she saw her opponent, and I was sitting back in the big room, she came back to me, like her shoulder like drop in the front and walking like this. That's the signal that you don't believe in yourself. I could see it. And I told her, come on, Kim, against who are you going to play? She goes, Dad, that girl is top 20 in the world. She's like, what do you want me to do? She was finished already. I said, try to change that mindset. I said, no, come on, you can do it. Challenge her and everything. So she came the next day and on the court with that attitude. Guess what happened?
She lost.
0-6. The other girl was just beating her like crazy. Yeah. And every time I said, come on, Kim, come on, Kim. And at some point, the girl was going to make a point, and something happened here. She went and she made a point. I said, go, stay there. So she changed her mindset. At that point, she was like, come on, let's go. She was playing like I never seen my daughter play like that. She lost, but she lost in tie break.
Yeah.
She almost won the first set like this.
Yeah.
And after the match, she was like, you are right, Dad. So what happened?
It's all in the head.
It's all in the head. So that's what I say to people, come on, guys, you can do it, you know?
It's unbelievable. I mean, but your daughter, she's no longer trained. She's no longer running because I think
my oldest one. She graduated 3 years ago, and now she's working. But my little one, she just graduated from UConn, University of Connecticut. But she stay another semester. She's still running she's running the 400 meters. And hopefully, she said her goal was to make a team. Maybe this year, maybe next year, the Olympic. I don't know.
We're gonna see another Surin running.
We're gonna see another Surin. I said to her, I can support you psychologically and everything, but the person who's gonna run at the track, it's you.
Exactly.
So it's on you.
The burning question is she gonna run under the U.S. flag or the Canadian flag? And
she's gonna run under the Canadian.
Good.
Because even if she trains there and everything, they have a scholarship and everything. But
you can choose your team.
Yeah, she's Canadian.
Well, we're going to look forward to that one.
Yes.
Give me, your most disappointing moment in your career.
That was 96 as well. Just before we won the gold medal in the 4x1, my goal was to win also the 100 meters. Now, remember at first when I said, like a lot of time people are scared and everything. I always say to people also, do it for yourself. 96 for the 100, my state of mind was, the way I say it, was off. I was, instead of saying that I'm going there, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to do my best, I'm doing it, I do it for me. My state of mind was, oh my God, I have this potential. I'm scared to disappoint my country. I'm scared to disappoint my family. I'm scared to disappoint my sponsor and my friends. That's where my mindset was. But at that time, I didn't understand. At that time, at some point, I didn't even like track. And that year, Olympic year, I remember 3 or 4 times I was driving to go to the sports center. No passion. 3-4 times I made a U-turn. I went back home. I didn't practice.
No.
I was in my bubble. I didn't understand.
Wow.
So when that happened, and the semifinal, where they're gonna take, there's 2 semifinals where they're gonna take the first 4 to make the final, I finished 5th in my competition. That means 100 meters is over, my friend. It's over. There's nothing you can do.
Had you given just a little bit more effort, maybe you would have made the cut.
Yeah. And what do you do then? I'm like, oh my God. In French, we say the jour J, like the
Yeah.
the day that you're
D-Day.
supposed to the D-Day, the day you're supposed to do it, and it doesn't happen. Sometimes people take years to recover. I said to people, and I read a lot about motivational, psychological, and everything. When you are that situation, they said, okay, well, everybody has that capacity. Say to yourself, why you here? What you gonna do about it? ASAP. I went back home, put that time. You remember those big VHS
the
cassette? The cassette. So I went home, put the cassette, watched the 100. Okay, said to myself, Bruny, why? What just happened? Why are you there? Why are you there? After seeing that tape 50, 100 times and everything, in the middle of the night, oh my God, yeah. Why 3 or 4 times I didn't go to practice? I didn't like it. I didn't like track and field. Why? I understand now. I wasn't doing it for me. I let the scariness and everything took over. Second question now, what you gonna do about it? Change your mindset. Okay, from now on, I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna have fun. Ta-da-da. Couple of hours later, I was at the pool. Life is great. Ta-da-da. People will look at me like,
He just lost. Why is he celebrating?
why is he celebrating? Bruny, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is everything fine? Yeah, everything's fine. Just change it.
Yeah.
Everybody has this capacity. And 5 years after that, gold medal. Yep.
Is that your most incredible moment, winning the medal?
Yeah. That's the ultimate. Sometimes in my conferences, people asking me, how did you feel? What's the feeling like? It's almost like you cannot explain it. It's like, can you imagine there? You have 90,000 people standing. You're hearing the national anthem, and you see the Canada flag just rise, and you see showing your race in slow motion. And I remember I had my 2 arms in the air, passing the baton to Donovan, and the feeling was like I was shaking. I had blood through my veins and everything. I almost like the feeling that I was going to faint. It's magic.
Yeah.
The adrenaline was like so incredible. I said, and I knew that. I said to myself, I don't think I'm gonna live something like that again in my life. So intense.
This was in Atlanta, right?
In Atlanta.
96.
1996. It was crazy. And of course, after that, okay, the boys all together, the team together and everything. Party. We didn't sleep that night. Party. I mean, like crazy. I mean, those moments. It's like it's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life.
See, there's certain moments that you always remember, right? Like for me, obviously, like September 11, the attacks.
Yeah.
There's those kind of moments.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding with you. The Olympic Games in Atlanta, I was, I don't know, 15 years old. I remember we were up north at at a chalet, and we're watching the games. We were jumping of joy. It was just incredible. I think from the second runner in the relay, I remember this like it was yesterday. And you're just destroying the Americans. We're like, this is it.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I saw the rest of the race. We were just jumping and hugging and yelling and screaming, and we didn't even know you.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
All these people are here cheering on my dad and supporting him, and
because you're a public figure, you have to go see your people, shake hand, talk, and
it's funny how they adapt, right? Because by the middle of the campaign, she was just walking in the election office, saying hi to everybody, shaking hands.
She's part of the team, man.
Oh my God! But it must be something though to see your kids kind of follow in your footsteps. Is that like a source of pride for you? I mean, I'm sure you're the kind of guy that didn't really pressure your kids to do what they wanted. They probably let them the freedom to do what they want. But seeing them kind of naturally follow that progression, it must.
I'm very proud. Yeah. I'm very proud. And I said to my kids from years ago, I mean, you guys decide. It's your life. I'm not gonna decide for you and everything. But mom and dad always is gonna support you. And my little one, especially my little one, said, "Okay, well, I want to do track," and she started track at like 15 years old and everything. And I said, I anticipate. I said, "Okay, well, maybe there's gonna people putting pressure on you because you're Surin and everything. As long as you always put in the work, you do your best and everything, I'm always going to be proud of you.
Yeah.
If you finish first, you finish last, whatever you do your best, I'm going to be proud of you. Don't put pressure on yourself. And the fact that she wants to compete in the high level, and now she aspires to make the Canadian team and everything, I didn't tell her that. That came from her, and I'm going to support her. But no pressure.
Of course, no pressure, but let's just think hypothetically now, right? And I'm sure she is, because from what you're saying, she seems to be a very dedicated girl.
Yeah.
Imagine she makes it to the Olympics. How do you feel?
I'm gonna cry.
You come full circle. Yeah? It comes full circle.
Yeah. He's gonna take it. I'm a very sensitive, emotional guy and everything. But just recently, she was graduation. I was at the graduation. It took me like everything. So, okay,
keep your composure.
Yeah. I said, okay, now, Bruny, now think about something else. There's no way I'm going to cry in front of people. There's no way. But inside, it was like crazy. And now to see my two daughters graduated from university and everything, to me, it's like, that's worth a fortune for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your business. Tell me a little bit about that transition from going from pro athlete to doing anything. I mean, in your case, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How easy or how hard is it? How challenging?
I think that I was the path was like I had some signal before I retired, because the first time I heard an ex-athlete, ex-Olympian, something happened there. They were talking about depression. First time I heard about that, I said to myself, "Man, that's a lie. C'est n'importe quoi." And after that, second time, another athlete. Oh yeah, really? And then I went to talk to one of the ex-Olympians. She was a diver, and she said, "Yeah, well, myself too. I had problem adjusting." Because, for many years, you're doing the same thing. The coach taking care of your training. You have, let's say, your agent taking care of the financial, whatever aspect and everything. You have, you are in the middle, and everything in the circle, they are looking after you. So your job is to train and, okay.
Yeah.
But now, once you finish, you are on your own. You are in a normal, you figure it out. You are in a normal life and everything. I'm like, okay, oh yeah, really, and everything. So from there, 2.5 years, almost 3 years before I retired, I said, okay, well, this is the year I want to retire. What do I like better doing? What's my passion and everything? So I started to write my goals, my dreams, what I want to do and everything, and I started take action. So once I retired, the 2 months after that, I was moving to my dream house. I started my businesses, just like that. And it's been going on for 17 years now. And thank God, I'm touching wood. Everything is going well. But everything I'm doing now was planned.
Yeah.
I didn't wait till I retired to say, okay, well, now what I'm going to do. Because that's the danger part.
Yeah, you naturally progressed into it.
Exactly. And I took action. I mean, it's the same thing, same mindset as when I was running. I mean, I always like fashion. And fortunately, I was dressed and sported by the best company in the world, Nike. And Nike, a lot of time I was trying their outfit, shoes, and everything, give them feedback and everything. So once I did my best performance, and they invited me at the head office, I went twice in Portland. I was, oh my God, this is Nike.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. I was just there, living the life.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was sitting down with the top designer.
Yeah.
We were talking about the fabrics, the colors, and everything, and I really enjoyed it. And I said to myself, this is one of the things that I want to do. How I'm going to do that? Same thing like in track. Oh, well, I can't because I'm not a designer. I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't have a team. So if you don't have a team, go get a team.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Yeah.
So my team is here.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for years now. And the thing that I saw, and the me I see is the me I'll be, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
How much impact did the career you had as an athlete have on you developing, the hard work ethic and the attitude and even the vision to succeed in business?
Oh, I mean, sport, track, give me all that.
Yeah.
Give me that everything. I mean, sometimes I see people like the everything people say that it's negative, to don't do it, to don't realize it, or go work to realize it. I see all the positive about going there. So, and a lot of time I said to people, I said, why you talking about this? Why don't you see the bright side?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have this. I don't. Okay, well, go get it. One of my slogans is "Go get it."
Go get it. Because
what's the problem?
Because you went through a lot of adversity, right, to achieve. And I'm imagining the same reflexes that you had back then of overcoming.
Yep.
Those challenges are probably the same that you have now. It's almost it's like breathing, basically.
I mean, today I have challenges, and the future I'm going to have challenges. It's there for everybody.
Yeah.
Then what? I'm just gonna sit home and don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Your clothing line now is available where? Aubainerie, I know.
Yeah, we are in all aubaineries across Quebec, and now we are looking also to be outside Quebec. My conferences, 95% of my conferences is in corporation. I do like almost like every week. We started to do team building also. I mean, to work in team and everything.
Let's talk about that. Your public speaking engagements, like you said, it's mostly corporations. It's mostly team building. Are you there to kind of motivate them? I mean, you discuss this with the companies on exactly what goals they want to achieve and how you can help them build.
Each company I go. I mean, of course, I talk to them about to see like what's their challenges and their industry and everything, and I'm gonna take like a comparison directly so that we connect and everything. There's two options. We can do only the conference. I mean, after that there's Q&A and everything, and I stay with the employees. Sometimes we do a one-on-one and everything. And they have the option also, like we do physical stuff.
Like you did at Tremblant recently. I saw it on your
Tremblant,
running in the snow.
Running in the snow.
I would have called in sick.
And and also I said recently I was in Barbados. I was walking on at the beach. I said, well, if you guys want to do team building at the beach also, I'm available.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good today.
We can go on the beach and everything. So it's all that team bonding, you know, and everything. And recently, I mean, I bumped into a study in Google. Google made a study, and they said that the teams who's going to have the best results and everything and evolve better, it's the team that actually will have that team bonding. It's not only okay, you work and I say hi, but more you're gonna have a cohesion with your colleague. You're gonna have results like Chris. And I've been saying that for years, so I'd like to repeat that story. Thank you.
You follow up with these companies. You to track a little bit where they were and where they've come.
Some of them sometimes they do like okay, where they are now and the company and everything, but that's a service that I'm now offering also, because before that it was like a one-shot deal and everything, but now I want to do some follow back also. Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about you giving back, because I know that it's part of your philosophy. You have a foundation. Tell me a little bit about the foundation.
Foundation, it's been going on for like 20 years now. and this year we're gonna have our 17 years of fundraising, because before I was by myself and everything. What do? We go into school, like I'm going this week. We promote healthy lifestyle. And now my foundation, we're gonna hire other, we call it ambassador. Like sometimes we have hockey players, celebrities going into school, influence the kids, and also for to stay in school. That's one part of the foundation we do. And second one, we do sportitude. The
like a bursary.
Sportitude, and maybe once every year and a half and 2 years, I organize a training camp. Last time we were in Bradenton, so where I brought 18 kids and track. Of course, we had soccer, football, and basketball.
And these are all recipients of the bursary, or just anyone?
Different bursary. Because remember, like I told you in the beginning of the podcast, I didn't have no money when I started and everything, and I had people give me a first chance and everything, and after that I was sponsored and everything. And if today there's a lot of kids who has this potential and everything, and who doesn't have the financial aspect, so if I can make her ease like they did for me in the past, and that's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
How important is it for you to keep these youngsters motivated and inspired?
It's important for me because I know the outcome. I know the outcome, and also sometimes not only to be like Olympian and win medals and everything, and to be better person, and especially in high school, secondaire 4, secondaire 5, sometimes to stay away from trouble.
Yeah.
So after school, so instead of hanging out and making this and that, go do sport. Because at one point I was there. Like if it wasn't the sport, if it wasn't like, okay, Daniel is waiting for me at SoundCloud, I could have other direction.
Yeah, taking the wrong path. Yeah,
wrong path. So that make me a better person, and I didn't end up in jail or maybe die.
Yeah, for sure.
I
want to talk to you about a little secret that we share. And I know this not because I was involved in it, but because I was backstage while everything was being prepared, and it has to do with politics. And I remember back in 2012, we had lost our campaign, and we had a new leader, and there was a huge focus on putting together the best possible team for the next elections, which were not far because it was a minority government, so the elections were coming in 2014.
Yeah.
And there was a possibility. There was a seat available in the riding just next to ours, and because of the proximity, back then the leader, Mr. Couillard, had asked my boss to help him out in finding the right person. And I remember once we're sitting, and he told me, "What do you think about Bruny Surin?"
Oh.
And I thought, it's fantastic. I mean, people like this in politics are ideal.
Yeah.
I know that you refused, obviously, but I was always curious to know why. Why not make the jump?
Why not make the jump? Politics. Yes, of course. I follow that. I think it's vicious. I mean, sometimes people want to win at any cost, high cost. I mean, when I see those politicians, I mean, sometimes people talking about this politician one, but when they mix that with your personal stuff or your family affair and everything, I wouldn't personally. I don't think I could put my wife or my kids under that
in that situation.
If it was playing fair, I would say
there's no such thing as fair play in politics.
Exactly. So that's the part. All the time I'm like, do I really need this? Do I need to? Okay, sometimes if they want to break me, they're gonna go after my wife, after my kids, saying bad things. And I remember in 1985, Bruny said this, and I don't need this.
Yeah. Look, you're already a public figure, but when you enter the political realm, it becomes a different level of public image.
Yeah.
Where anything could be held accountable. They can go back to God
Yeah.
knows how
Oh,
far.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to tell you a little bit of the idea that we had behind all this, so that you can know. I mean, obviously, I don't think
Yeah.
you do, but
Yeah.
because, like you said, it's true that in politics, it's dirty.
It's dirty, yeah.
It plays there, but
Yeah.
there's the partisanship,
Uh.
and then there's the politics, and sometimes there's a difficulty in distinguishing both, but when people such as yourself, like recognized athletes, come in the picture, who have this level of respect, first of all, from all parties involved, it helps. It helps put the partisanship aside, and it helps the politics progress. And for me, it's interesting now because we have Enrico Ciccone that was just elected, and for me, I'm just interested to see how that's going to evolve, because very few people know that backstage, a lot of the things happen in good spirit. Everybody looks at the question period. Everybody looks at the press conferences, and it's all.
Sometimes it's a show. It's a show.
It's a big show. It's all theatrics,
Yeah.
and behind the scene, everything happens quite smoothly. The parties are able to negotiate, and having an individual like yourself who would have been able to garner that kind of support all around, I think it would have brought a lot of value, obviously, to the party. I think of it, on a partisan level, but also on a political level. It would have been good. But I understand your point of view, and it's a difficult decision.
I was too scared for that.
You're Bruny Surin, man. You shouldn't be afraid of anything.
Well, actually, I saw Enrico, and I saw how he's evolving and that and everything.
But even him, he came in a very controversial manner.
Very controversial. I remember.
But look, that's gone. And thankfully, we forget very quickly.
Yep.
And see, I'm following what he's doing now, and he has a lot of respect from his peers in the house, and I hope a lot of good thing comes out of it, because he has a lot of good ideas.
Yeah. And is Isabelle Charret also?
Yeah, well, there you go. That's another one. Exactly.
That's another one. Yeah. So far, so good.
So we don't need you yet. No.
So do you want to answer for me? No.
I just wanted to ask you because there was a process behind which we were kind of involved, and we all got excited. We're like,
I remember very well.
And you would have gotten a writing that was, pretty winnable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. I know that you're a busy man. I'm going to let you get on to your work, but I really appreciate it, and I know that you're going to bring a lot of value. I want to wish you a lot of success. I follow you, and I'll continue to follow you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that I'll be seeing you much more now that I have time.
Yes. No, but thank you for the interview. I see that you were very prepared. You went very well. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep. It's part of my past DNA. I appreciate it, Bruny.
See you guys.